This is always set out. I had a feeling it was going to set out. He sat at the table to play. Then finally somebody sits out at the table. Then he doesn't want to play. Try to figure out how many transfers happen in the switch. So it's a pretty suspicious system. Yesterday I must have got a wedgie at least 6 times. At least 6 times I was hacked to get a wedgie. Just so electronic rapists could feel me unpick my wedgies. So I have to be sophisticated about it by pulling it down my leg instead of out of my butt. Most of the time I go to the washroom, well, not most of the time, sometimes anyways, I just free roam. Just aim. And I don't know if I'm the only guy on the planet. Maybe my son is too, but if I sneeze or cough when I go to the washroom, I stop peeing. So my evolution, if it doesn't happen for regular guys, is it knows that I'm about to piss on my leg, so it prevents me from pissing on my leg. Or God, who blessed me with evolution, was smart enough for me to not pee on my leg, basically. I hope that's a unique trait. Well, I hope all guys could do it, really. But ideally, I need something that I could prove unequivocally. And they said I'm probably me and my kids are the only ones that could see their thoughts in colors. So I could see my thoughts in colors. So if you can't see your thoughts in color, then that means that would be proof that I have an evolutionary gene. I don't know what anybody could do that I can't do, right? I'm just my body. I'm human, and human 2.0, Thor's breed, Thor's line. So if you've been watching my videos, the one real money website I was using, my phone said it was a risk to my phone, so I ended up uninstalling it. I thought it uninstalled itself, but said it was a risk to the phone, so I wanted to get rid of it. And PokerStars seems to be rigged, especially real money, so I'm pretty much going to exclusively play money, which I suggest you do if you believe you have private thoughts. Stay away from real money, because people could see your cards and know how to play against you. So be suspicious if you're bluffing, they're calling, and you hit a hand and they're folding, they're probably cheating. It's maybe if you're in Vegas, Atlantic City, Macau, sure, that's going to happen. At big casinos, you're going to run into pros. And even at small casinos, you're going to run into like local pros, almost like at the golf course. But the average casino player shouldn't be able to do that. The Joe Blow in the tournament The average player in the tournament doesn't make those moves. They don't make those moves until near the final table. So be suspicious. Always be suspicious of technology being used against you. Influence your thoughts now that I'm telling you about it. So choose free will and go to www.change.org/technology. Watch the videos on there that scientifically prove it. There's a computer-assisted telepathy video that proves that people could influence your thoughts remotely with computers and devices. With nanotechnology and artificial intelligence, it's wireless inside people's brains, so they don't even need a computer. Their body is basically a robot. So they have their androids. So you see celebrities and physical performance and sports going up, especially during my lifetime. Before I was born, here, let's see. Okay, so I'm not in this hand, so let's see, I'll Google it. '96. Okay, was that there was a boycott, I think, controversy with the basketball team, massacre, the Munich Olympics. So, here we go. So Soviet Union was first, United States was second. So let's see. No, 72. Why wouldn't it show 76 next? Why is it showing 52? Come on, WikiLinks or Wikipedia. Get logical. So, 1976 Summer Olympic. This is the medal table here. Soviet Union, so the States was third with 94. So I was born in 1977. So let's see what the 1980 Olympics was. They told me after I was 7 it went up. 1980. This is the same for Canada as well. Summer Olympics. I got hacked there. I could spell Olympics every time. Okay, there we go. It shows. Soviet Union. Okay, so it looks like this is the one that the States boycotted. They must have boycotted this one because they're not even anywhere in it. So, 1984, I was 7. So pretty much from here on out, the States dominates. Basically from exploiting my DNA. 174 to 53 for second place when I was 7. And they told me this. That's why, look how dominating it is. Because at that time, my grandfathers were alive. My dad was alive. I was alive. So they were able to leech off us, and they leech off. There's generational marks. It was the same with Canada. Here, I'll check that out real quick. So Canada all of a sudden jumped to 6th place in 1940. So they had 44 medals. So they jumped to 6th place when I was 7. So let's see, they probably boycotted the 1980 Olympics with America because we're allies. So we'll check it out anyways, just in case. East Germany. Not even on the ranking if they did participate in 1980. Canada. So let's see, 1976, a year before I was born. So they had 44 medals in 1984. Canada did. So down here, so year before I was born, number 27th, they had 11 medals. So they quadrupled their performance. And recently I posted a video talking about Connor McDavid, how he's possibly an electronic leech, and he underperformed in the Stanley Cup Finals, the most pivotal game of his life, and he choked. I'm glad. I'm Canadian, so if he wasn't a cheat, I'm disappointed that Edmonton lost. If they didn't have a team of cheats, I'm disappointed. Being a Canadian, I want a Canadian team to win every time. But since I believe he's an electronic cheat, leeching out, because his cousin was born the exact same day as my son, exact same days. So his cousin and his family, I'm sure, almost certainly is leeching off my son, and as well as Connor McDavid, my son's entire life, most likely, as well as any kid that hockey performance went down when me and my kids moved out of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Performance went down. Here we go. I have videos to back it up. Oh, I have videos from 4 years ago where it shows I have wrinkles, and then I have videos from 3 years ago where it shows I'm missing that wrinkle. And it's not like I could afford Botox. And my bank statements would prove that. And then I was documenting my gray hair. I'm going to make a video soon about that. So I was paying attention to that all of a sudden. So there must have been a reason. So people don't start making videos about things unless they're suspicious about things. And they say with every suspicion there's a grain of truth. But I'm the exception to most rules. But anyways, here I'll show you the sports performance video. This was on the first take, basically. It's not like me and my son spent hours doing this. Here's the 2 videos, the aging ones. You could go to Chris MeyerDiggins under videos and go to Morning Wrinkles. This one's 4 years ago. And then this one, documentation of my wrinkles, is from 3 years ago on YouTube. Okay, so let's see. So here's some of that evolutionary talent. I'm just going to pause it. So basically what I did was, that's me right there. I'm shirtless. So I'm about 35 yards away, and my son was recording. He was 14 at the time. This is my very first attempt. So he filmed me. I walked back. I don't know what happened, but he basically went out there right away from about 40 feet away, and then he did his thing. So watch the video. And our goal was to hit the post. Here's some of that evolutionary talent. Here's me going bar down with the football. They call it bar down. So I was within a plus minus of a foot left or right of my target when I aimed there as well.
Do believe he has the higher ceiling of the two. Well, soon after the news.
My son would be the best soccer player. He is the best soccer player on the planet. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And he's the strongest man on the planet. Because he's stronger than I was when I was his age. I didn't really. But they have different storylines for us. So they kind of made him a jock. And they watered him down. So he didn't do as well academically in school. Even though he's a universal genius. There's huge penis envy when it comes to my family. I had a Mercedes-Benz in 2012. It was a 2010 Mercedes-Benz, so it was 2 years old when I bought it. I should have named it the Emasculator. People were talking about it like a year after I had it. Bring it up. 2 guys every single time. Every single time they see me, they brought up the car. Every single time. It's like, get over yourself. It's just a fucking car. And it was a $25,000 car. It's not like it was brand new. It might have been a $40,000 car, but it looked like a $50,000 car, but it was a $25,000 car when I bought it. People were driving like $50,000, $70,000 trucks in that town. But in the system, they say if you buy a 4x4 truck, there's a high likelihood that you're gay. Or they could condition you to be gay easily. And the reason why they have it 4x4, there's a 4x4 con. So if you get 4 X's in the system, they can manufacture you to get X's. Like they can make you look at, hack your eyes to look at somebody's ass. And if she doesn't like your response to your psyche, she might set you up and register you in the system. It's an evil system. Or likewise with a guy. Like to turn somebody gay, basically they would show a vagina to the subconscious for a male. So they would show like an adult female vagina, and then superimposed over a guy's, or so I would see subconsciously, I would see the vagina that I'd be attracted to, but there could be a guy's face now. So that's how they condition somebody to be gay. Or whatever they want. If they want you to be an animal rapist, a pedophile, whatever they want you to be, they manufacture it. And there's a subliminal system. You could buy a ghost meter and you could see it on any surface. It's all around the world. And there's a magnetic field. So even on surfaces that don't have a magnetic field like wood, you'll find that there's subliminal images because it's etched by a computer. Here, I'll show you subliminal images from 2 different subliminal images from an ashtray. This is just me ashing in an ashtray. If not, I'm the most creative ash designer on the fucking planet. Here's some of the important ones. This is the one that's supposed to make me defeat the system. Eliminate all evil, basically. It's hard to see, but there's a subliminal face. You can see right in between my fingers. Here's a subliminal face. And this is ashes in an ashtray. And so you can watch the video there. It'd be under Chris MeyerDiggins. It would be called Governments Are Everywhere. And here's the picture again. The subliminal image, but here's the rest of the ashtray. You could just see it. Here's another subliminal face that was supposed to permanently unregister me in the system, but that's in the sidewalk. My camera caught it. Every once in a while I'll see a perfect one in the sidewalk, and the camera at the time could pick it up occasionally. This is the orange paint that you've seen in Canada, particularly since 2016. When Pokemon Go came out with it was a geocaching game, so they were getting people in the system, recruiting people and slaughtering people in the system. The game may have participated in it or was exploited, in any event. Here's a more menacing one that they have in the system. I think this is the one that they set you up as a joker, basically, like somebody that's homicidal. But you could clearly see a face, and that's the ash in my ashtray once again. And how could that be done, like other than with a computer that's able to etch it? Back to poker. But that means every single physical movement I made to ash that way by the computer was orchestrated by the computer, so the ash would land on a specific metric in the system to cause it to ash to look that way, basically. They do it in clouds too, but you can't see it. A couple years ago I got a pretty cool one. You could see a face, two faces. One wasn't supposed to be good, but the thing is, there's always somebody that hacks my eyes to look at the bad one. But then there's possibly somebody that always hacks my eyes to look at the good one, to unregister me, but to secretly unregister themselves for their own criminal wrongdoing. And since through chemical electrolysis they were able to rejuvenate through my body, they hide behind the consequences of my body, because the system punishes my body, and they were able to rejuvenate off it. So, for instance, yesterday I felt pain in my kidneys. So they were hacking my kidneys, but I could stop the pain within seconds. I could stop the pain because I'm able to control mind over matter. But at the same time, I didn't want to stop the pain right away and relieve these pedophiles. I don't want to heal them. I want to kill them with my body. They're my electronic rapists. Some of these people raped me as soon as I was a baby, as soon as I came out of my mom's womb. They show me in my mind's eye. I could see my mom's vagina in my body, in my mind's eye. When I masturbate or watch porn, when I'm finished watching the porn and finished masturbating or whatever, they'll show me porn in my mind. I see a mind movie of pornography against my will. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm finished. I finished masturbating. I finished watching porn. I'm ready to go to bed, do whatever I want. I don't want to watch porn. I don't want to see people having sex in my mind. So that's how I'm violated. In my penis, I wish I had a picture. I almost hope they do it again. I pray to God that you do it again. But my fully erect penis was half the size as normal, lengthwise. Fully erect, as a man. I went to the doctor, and he's like, that's not possible. He was a foreign exchange doctor, right? So he's gonna be delicensed, but in the future. But so now I'm hoping it happens again, so I could get a picture of half length and then full length, and then so I have scientific proof, because I do have one, because suspiciously enough, the medical science is going to have to explain this one, but my circumcision scar goes the full length of my penis. They augmented my penis, basically. They tapered it. And I first came to realize this, I was probably 7 years old. And I noticed the scar completely. You could see the suture marks. You can see where the stitches went in on the left side, scar, stitches in on the right side in this picture that I had, because they tried to emasculate me, so they tried to shrink my manhood as small as possible, as small as it could physically go, just to emasculate me And there's such little men in the system. They're little people, they're creatures. But just to feel better about themselves, about their, like how they feel about my biology. So to me, they're creatures, they're parasites, they're like mosquitoes. I want the system to hunt them down in any dereliction of duty or high treason charges. I would be king of the world officially. So I'd use that official powers to protect my biology, my kids' biology, and mankind's free will and privacy of thoughts. Anybody that has believes they have private thoughts is a citizen of mine. Anybody who violates those people is an enemy of combatant. So any technology would have to be uninstalled and reversed to never violate innocent people who believe they have private thoughts, and especially those currently being recruited or suspiciously just got recognized by the system, or in the future. Be suspicious, because the system manufactures these sexual deviances. There's What are the chances? Maybe in the 1800s, on the farm, some guy seen a sheep and been like, "Hey, there's no women around ever in my town. I'm related to everybody else," and seen a sheep, and they might have had sex with a sheep. Maybe in the 1800s, way back then. So the likelihood of somebody wanting to have sex with a sheep now in 2024, when you could meet people, there's apps that you could have sex easily. All you have to do is swipe left or right. Is so unlikely. It's so unlikely. There's free pornography on the internet. And so if you do believe you have private thought, don't look at still pornography. You have to look at video pornography, because still pornography, they could superimpose images behind it to cultivate any sexual desire these freaks want. They have different storylines for people. They use bodies for fun. There's a song that says that. We use bodies for fun. And then Taylor Swift has a song called Karma. So they play karma for mankind, basically. But it's the pot calling the kettle black. Because they play a switch with people. There's marks that, like myself, my family, were life marks. They've been made in my family for centuries. And we've been the bastard line. Like, my grandmother told me that I might be related to Captain James Cook, and he discovered Australia, and my grandmother's last name was Cook, and she was from England, right? So that was the storyline. And after this hand here, I'll show you a picture of him and a picture of me then. But you can see the family resemblance. But unofficially, officially, none of his kids reached adulthood. But unofficially, he had kids wherever he went. Like, I forget the exact name of the video, but there's this guy from Cook Islands. I think he was the mayor or something like that. But he looks like my dad. And my dad would be a cook. And this guy is from Cook Island. So they look very similar, him and my dad. So I'll show you a picture of the statue. Before I do that, look right here. See that little spot right there? Watch when I zoom in. You can see how it looks like a dog. They put subliminal metrics of a dog on. They put subliminal on me to open up those swords to steal my attributes, basically causing tremendous pain. So right here, right there's a pretty good shot of him. But if you see right there, if you look at the brow bone, particularly the eyes and the nose, not so much the chin. And I'll show you a picture of me around that age. You can see the brow bone right there, and our eyes. So my grandfather. So my dad's dad, he had servants, and he owned a factory in Toronto. So my grandfather was a Canadian citizen, and then he I think he was 17 at the time, and one of his friends got killed in the war, World War II, so he joined the army. He lied about his age to go fight, and so he did. He was a 3-inch mortar guy, and they had a 7% survival rating for World War II. Only 7% of the guys survived. He got shot in the knee. He killed a guy, a German, in hand-to-hand combat with the German's own bayonet. And I was gonna get the DNA sequence because the blood was kind of stained on the, or at least it looked like it was on the bayonet still. So I did want to sequence that, the DNA, and see, pay tribute almost to the relatives, like not financially or anything, but just an emotional tribute, because like hopefully that guy had kids, basically. Hopefully his bloodline didn't end, because they told me that World War II was fought for my father's right to be born. So they mated my grandfather, who was Canadian. He went to the war, and he met my grandmother, who was British, in London, and who was the Cook descendant. And then the war ended. They had my dad in 46, and they lived in England for about a year. Then they came to Canada. Then my grandfather was offered a professional baseball contract, but he turned it down because he wouldn't have been able to afford a place in Toronto and Cincinnati at the same time. He didn't think that he could have two households, because professional baseball in the 40s, they weren't multi-million-dollar contracts like they were today. And my dad had a professional hockey tryout when there was only 6 teams. So he was phenomenal. But he went out partying, and he missed his opportunity. He blew his chance. And then me, the very first time is my kicker good? This doesn't feel right, but I'm gonna fold. So my very first time playing baseball was 15, like hardball, and I tried out for the rep team. I made the rep team, and but it cost $2,000, and my dad was on social assistance, so or disability, but so he couldn't afford the $2,000. So I asked him to sign me up for house league, which was $60. So I never played organized sports in my life. Like I'm pretty sure I showed the video of me throwing the football, but me and my son. But I maybe threw a football less than 100 times, maybe 200 times in my life, if that. And I was that accurate. And so anyways, I played house league, and they called me up several times, I think 3 to 5 times, in to play against 21-year-olds. I made the newspaper a couple times, a bunch of times, and didn't realize that my stepmom kept paper clippings, which was cool of her. I found that out years later. So I got called up to play against 21-year-olds, but I was too shy, and I didn't realize that was the path to become a professional baseball player. I didn't realize that opportunity. So if you do have opportunities to compete against older kids or older, more competitive players, always take that opportunity. Sure, you might get outclassed at first, but you're gonna grow as a player. It's like that now at the poker table. Like at first, when I first started playing, I used to avoid the hard players. It's like now I target them. I want to play as many pots with them as possible because I grow them the most as a player, playing against these harder players. So let's see, I'll just sit out for a second, show you another cool video. Here's a different part of the system that I didn't realize at the time. This is my old Facebook account. Every time it rains, God shows me a little bit of love. But so that's a heart symbol. I think I even show on this account. If you go to this account and check under public images, but I think I show where you can see my sweat showed as a heart. So they hacked my body to sweat to make a heart on my clothing. No, this is mainly a poker video, but I want to show this. This might help you if you're Canadian, so listen to this video.
Almost every Canadian hates is taxes and pothole season. I can't do anything about the potholes, but I do have some tips to keep that tax doll in your pocket. In my opinion, from a financial advisor's perspective, I could show you where to put your money, and your accountant would implement the best tax strategies for your situation. So in this video, I'm going to show you the difference between tax deductions and tax credits and how each affect your income tax. I may be based in Sault Ste. Marie, but I'm able to provide life, business, and group insurance, as well as sell investments throughout Ontario, so I look forward to beginning a relationship with you. And hey, I don't blame you if you can't read my writing, neither can I half the time, so if you do have an issue, I could address it in the comment section below. So we're going to start out with tax deductions. Based on a $50,000 income, the registered contribution room would be $9,000 for last year. And this reduces the gross taxes payable to $6,150 for both Joe and Chloe. Being a Canadian citizen, we're entitled to a basic exemption amount tax credit of $1,699.05. And if you're a permanent resident, you need to contact your accountant about your specific situation. So based on the year 2015, that's the amount. And being Canadian, it's almost a rite of passage to put our kids into hockey. So in this scenario, both Joe and Chloe spent $1,000 on hockey for their kids. And this entitled them to a $150 tax credit.
So I wasn't getting any subliminal messages for much money.
And since their family can be like mine, being afflicted by diabetes, they purchased a whole life insurance policy with a lifetime guarantee. They're paying premiums during their working life till 65, and they absolutely assigned it to the Canadian Diabetes Association. So Joe, since he's a 35-year-old male non-smoker, his annualized amount would be $729.24, and this adds up to a tax credit for him of $183.48. And Chloe, her annualized amount would be $671.52, and a tax credit of $166.74. So this reduces the net taxes payable for both Joe and Chloe. For Joe, it's going to be $4,117.47, and for Chloe, it's going to be $4,164.21. And if they didn't take advantage of either of these strategies, the next net taxes payable would be $5,190.44. So this results in a savings for Joe of $1,792.97, and for Chloe, $1,746.23. So it looks like these two could be soaking up the sun this spring.
That's when I was a financial advisor. So if you can notice in the video there, sorry about that. If you could notice in the video there, I wasn't hacking, stuttering, I wasn't mispronouncing words, or I was speaking coherently, because there wasn't any storylines about me at that point in my life. They weren't messing with my life that much. So watch this. So basically it was a double kick.
Gonna try a double kick first this hat, then that hat.
I could jump kick a ceiling like it was nothing. This is a poker video, so the rest of it will be poker. But I'm trying to build awareness for my petition on www.change.org/technology. That's why I'm playing poker. I'm good at it, but I enjoy it, but my ulterior motive is to gain awareness for the petition. Yeah, if you want to see a cross-section of my personality, go to the Chris Hemlett Facebook page, and then to how I was before I figured out people could listen to my thoughts. That's my personality. Just read the whole page, look at my pictures, look at the videos of me, how I speak, how this was all before I realized people could listen to my thoughts. And then if you want to see my personality after people listening to my thoughts, go to Chris MeyerDiggins. Here, I'll show you on YouTube. Chris MeyerDiggins on YouTube, and then watch those videos. I made 6 songs. I guess I might as well play this one. This is my favorite one.
Blue Velvet's Alone at Last demo.
So this is me. I was probably 40 at the time, and I maybe tried it once. It was within 2 takes. I was at some library using an Apple computer with GarageBand basically, and I found the beats online for free. But I wrote the song and performed it in basically 2 takes. Here it goes.
Blue Velvet's Alone at Last demo. Kiss that we both would miss. Inebriated by each other's loss, we can't get enough. It all started with words and a touch, a new flame and one that's burned free. Just the moment is right, alone at last. Crank up the music, turn the lights down low for this party of 2. Pull them in close, taking off each other's clothes slowly. Navigating each other's bodies slowly, like at your hobby, giving each other's checkups. Impressive. You got what the other one want, taking your time to make this right. Do whatever they like to please them tonight. With another, but you found each other. An unforgettable kiss that we both would miss. Inebriated by each other's loss, we can't get enough. It all started with words and a touch, a new flavor, one that's burned free. Just the moment is right, alone at last. Found that someone, go have some fun. Love only hurts by the wrong one. Your libido doesn't mean you can't have some fun. Through the crowd of people, your souls reached out with ironclad devotion, like a good movie with a roller coaster of emotions. Infatuated by each other's presence, the words have to be mentioned. Unconditional faithfulness eliminates much stress. Candlelight and sensual speaking is always good when it's what the other one likes. That unforgettable kiss that we both would miss. By each other's lust, we can't get enough. It all started with words and a touch, a new flame and one that's burned free. Just the moment is right, alone at last. Role players stay the same. Whatever adds sparks to this flame, get them so hot they glow in the dark like a lava lamp. Once you put them through the pieces, loving each other's teeth. Compare both to the leaks. You keep doing this, you form a habit. Next time you're alone, you can capture this magic again, building on your repertoire. Switch things up and be the star. Kiss that we both would miss. Inebriated by each other's lust, we can't get enough. It all started with words and a touch, a new flame and one that's burned free. Just the moment is right, alone at last. Candlelight dinner for 2, some sweet talk to get them in the mood, get them loose with a massage, feeling their skin through your fingertips as the endorphin kicks in. You know it's working when you see that. satisfied, enjoying the rush, at least side by side, enjoying every moment of the night, talking, staring each other's eyes, like you two are the only two in the know. That unforgettable kiss that we both would miss. Inebriated by just lust, we can't get enough. It all started with words and a touch, new flame, one that's burned for just the moment is right, alone at last.
This is me in my prime. I was on the right I was 18, and on the left I was 19. So here's a little poem I wrote. Haters be hating, simply be amazing. Make the bet, propel your sweat, and make them not forget that you try your best to be different than the rest, fueling your desire to rise even higher and be the best you that the world has ever knew. Here's another intro to a song I made.
So chill like Stanley Cup Finals, fresh off the grill. Oh, Canada, I got that PhD in seduction. Get you so hot, blow your top body starts erupting. Bedroom looks like a natural disaster. Call FEMA to clean it up afterwards, like a hurricane of ecstasy. Bring the best out of me. Love that sass, you got that class. Can't forget about all that ass. I'm sweet as hog dogs, white chocolate. Insatiable pink obsession. Not to mention, I always have the best of my intentions. You'll hear my words like man-made thunder. Feel the gyrations as I work my lumber. I wanna be that legend between your thighs, so when I'm awake, can't sleep at night.
So it's been an hour-long video. I'll play until big blind. So I guess throughout my 100 videos, I'll be able to see how often I get the flush when they get the two pairs. I bet you it's significantly less. And I'm sure I get kings and face aces more often than I get aces and face kings. Guaranteed. Anyways, my whole theory on that, go to www.change.org/technology. If if you want to privatize your thoughts and make gambling legal and fun and legitimate, square, a game that's not rigged. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.